I checked her with the endoscope and realized she actually had started her heat. She's a big girl.
Come here.
I'm going to try a little lower. This is not a big deal. You want to flush the syringe of air, obviously. I got her. Takes a minute. She's a big girl. Anybody want to take a guess how many times I've stuck myself in 30 years? Hold on, babe. Sorry. And had needles embedded in my hand? The reason I go live and I show everybody what I do is I really want to make sure people are not out there breeding dogs that have no business doing it. And even a thing like drawing blood, not everybody should be doing it, guys. Just because you know how to get a hands-on, you can order shit on Amazon, does not mean you should be drawing blood on dogs. And as you can see, I've been doing this 30 years. Hold on, I got about a half an ml right now. Nope.
Do you need two?
I've been doing this 30 years. It frickin' takes a minute. Stay still, Qiana. You're a good girl. Oh, you're a good girl.
Qiana.
I have an ML. Stay still. Stay still. This does not hurt her. She's thick today.
Qiana.
I just want to concentrate here. Do not be drawing blood on your dogs, guys. This is not a joke. They're live animals. Don't try this at home. Stay still, babe. And that's why everybody should be drawing blood on females.
Here, I'll hold that.
No, I got it. They're big animals. They're like horses. You just never know. Okay, ready?
Tourniquet. Yep.
Tourniquet's off. Sorry, guys. Just want to show you. All right, come with me, babe. I need about an ml. This is where the magic happens. This is where your puppy's life begins.
Okay. Good girl. I'll take her out.
Now we're gonna be a minute, so don't go away. This is gonna take a minute. The wand foam machine is set to Qiana. Thank you, Chris.
Yep. I'll take her out.
Yep. Everything you do, you want to do slowly. Because it starts to congeal very quickly. Come on now. All right, and that was gross. That was gross. My centrifuge is counterbalanced. This side with water. This side with the blood. Now I'm not going to say I do not enjoy using gloves because I can't feel everything I need to feel. Let's go ahead and start spinning. Oh. Now, I suspect she's early. Seven minutes left. It spins usually about 10 minutes. I like to spin it around 8. We're going to go ahead and open up the progesterone test. That's the progesterone test here. I'm going to go ahead and I have more than one centrifuge, so no worries if this one kicks the bucket. We're going to go ahead and get this is called a pipetter. These are pipettes. We have one. And then I'm going to need another one. Either I've had too much coffee or not enough. So I told you guys, I purchased an endoscope. Purchased an endoscope last week, and basically it allows you to see exactly what you're doing when you go to artificially inseminate. One of the other more important things this device is awesome for is today I did not even know she had come in to eat. She's such a lady. She's so discreet. It wasn't until I went in, I wanted to check the walls to make sure they were nice and pink. I wanted to make sure that any fluid is clear, not dark or green or brown. And so upon going in to do to use the endoscope, I discovered as I was coming through the cervix that she actually is in heat. So that's good. That's fine. I don't expect the number is going to be right for AI. If by some miracle she is actually further than I thought, I absolutely will collect gauge. I'll check him under the semen analysis microscope in there. I'm only checking for viability, motility, and morphology. Viability, making sure all the semen is live. Motility, making sure they're on
Mobility.
No, motility. So, it's not mobility.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I'm looking for viability, meaning live sperm. Motility, meaning that they are mobile. Yes, it could be confused with mobility. So we call it motility. It means that it can move. I want to make sure they're going in a straight line, that they're strong, they're fighting through each other, and they're not going around in circles. The morphology is I'm able to check the actual semen, the actual sperm, the heads, the tails, the spine. I want to make sure they look good. I don't want them to look weakly. We have excellent semen here, so I'm not going to encounter that, but I just wanted to tell you what viability, motility, and morphology means. So, yeah, I'm a little bit of a geek. I'm a science major with a degree in psychology. And I studied law before I studied psychology. I was about 14 months from writing a bar. And I live in an area that there's enough lawyers. And so I decided to take chemical dependency counseling, as unfortunately Maine does have a pretty high population of addiction. And more importantly, I went after that degree because I think that it is misinterpreted and misunderstood so much. Sorry. It is misunderstood. A lot of times when an addict walks into an ER, they immediately think it's this thing or another. Sometimes being in the DTs from drinking, such as the delirium tremens, can actually look like mental illness. The shakes and all that. That's not why I have the shakes. I haven't eaten yet, and I'm a little hypoglycemic, but besides that, I'm good. But that's the reason I went after a psychology degree. And so I do have my MHRTC, which means I am a mental health rehabilitation technician. I do have my certificate, and I do have a degree in psychology, which I don't use. So here, my machine is coming on ready. You'll see here we want somewhere between 24 and 26. Qiana's name is already in here. We're looking for, we're going to be extracting the serum off of the blood, and you'll see here, we're about a minute shy, but that's okay. No, we're going to check it a few more minutes. Oh, well, not a few more minutes, but we're going to let her go for the full 8. So, this has 10,000 RPMs. This little mini centrifuge has 10,000 RPMs. If you spin blood or semen too long, the machine heats up, it kills blood cells, and it will kill your semen. If you're a breeder and you're getting into this, just know you will need 10,000 RPMs, but you want to really be careful not to spin blood or semen too long. So the Wanfo Fine Care Vet machine will tell you to spin blood for 10 minutes to get the serum, but I would caution you to err on the side of caution, and to go just under, somewhere between 8 and 9 minutes, possibly. And you can see here, I'm at 8 minutes. I have my pipette ready here. All right, we're not exactly clear, but you can see where it is separated from the blood. I'm going to give it another little zhuzh. I'd like it a little clearer. It's not going to matter. I have the serum off the blood. That's all that really matters. This might be as good as it gets. It's only a small sample, maybe 1 ml. Well, for those of you that stayed with me, see? Now, I'm going to teach you how to pipette. Listen closely. There's 2 settings on this. 1, 2. So on this portion, I'm going in at an angle. I'm going in here. Wait a minute. See, I've extracted the serum. I'm going to put that in here. We're going to mix it again at an angle. I want to go all the way down to the end of the buffer here. I have depressed the plunger all the way, trying to avoid bubbles. It's not really a big deal. All right. My pipette is clear. I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right. Everything gets sanitized after this. We're going to go ahead and zhuzh this, which really should just be shook a little. I just put it on here for about 3 seconds. Just want to zhuzh it. Again, now here's where the second pipette comes in. Again, I'm going in. I'm going in the first one here. Okay? This is dog breeding 101. This has to be on a dry, flat place. I'm going to actually put it here so I know it's flat. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Yes, that was 3. We're going to go ahead and slot's going to come out. We're going to put the progesterone test in the machine. We're going to run a that has to get disinfected after. I don't like anything above this screen. Well, sir. Hold up. Wait 1 second. Hold your britches. The quick test said she's 4.2. Quick test says she's 4.2. We're going to go ahead. This machine here is going to count down to 15. Quick test is 14.2. While that is ticking down, come over here. Well, nobody's more surprised than me, guys, that our girl is actually in heat. What the heck? So I had no idea I would be progesterone testing today because, like I said, and this book here is all my females have their progesterone tests. I do save every single one for every single test. I even have dogs in here that I've tested, and my couple of co-owns that I had before. And they've since been speed. So, what are we going to talk about? She is 4.2. Now, she could go back down. We're going to see what the standard test says. She could go back down. That standard test, this was the quick test, 4.2. That one there might say 4.4. Well, let's look at Qiana back last time I bred her. She came in on last time. I keep track of every heat. September 11th, I tested her. She was 5.3 on the quick test. On the standard test, she was 5.6. So, now come here and take you on the big journey. I was not ready to be drawing blood and doing all this today, but that's okay. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to put that there. Here is what I want to show you. The quick test showed she was 4.2. So this is the progesterone number. This is the days in heat. So she came in 4.2, just about a 5. Now I know she's about 3 days in, 4 days in, about 4 days in. Not quite a 5, not quite a 5. So, now I will show you, if you can get this. And again, not ready to breed yet, but we're going to see 2 to 5. She's estimated to have an LH surge, meaning her progesterone is rising, and I'll be testing every 2 to 3 days. I usually will test probably tomorrow evening, because I have my own machine and all the needles you can imagine. So as she comes in here, she becomes a 6 to 12. Then I know we have estimated ovulation, meaning in the next 48 hours. When she hits 14, 15, I'm going to AI her the first time, and then we're going to work our way through that chart. So we have 10 minutes left. What does anybody want to talk about? Anybody have any questions? Did you think it was happening this quick? This is the way it goes in the breeding world. 1 minute, nothing's going on, and you are rearranging stuff and getting stuff sanitized. And the next minute, I had no idea. So, this is good. Also, after Qiana had the singleton last time and lost that pup, I put her on clavicillin and some stuff to prevent pyometria. I put her on heavy doses of antibiotics and basically just watched her, monitor her, had regular blood draws. And so I wanted to make sure she sort of came out of that. And so this is the reason that I bought the endoscopy. Now, if you're in the dog breeding world, I will tell you that endoscopy runs $400. Just the endoscope, not endoscopy. How long have I been doing this? 35 years. This is an endoscope. This machine runs $399.99. So I bought the whole big package. So I bought the, my plan is to go in here with an AI rod, or I may not even need to do it. Now that I've already looked inside and I know everything is good, I may not need to use this for the actual AI. I mean, I have the Mavic 400. We're good. Don't worry. I got this. Now, you know, I was going to do this over on YouTube. The reason I didn't is I know some people draw blood and AI and all that stuff on YouTube. I don't want to get in trouble. So this first AI, this first draw, I wanted to get it on the dog page so that all the people that have been waiting understand this is just the beginning. We don't know where it can go. She may double in 48 hours, or she may go back to a 2. I don't.
Justin Ingert said he has a meeting to head to, and he's very excited to see the next steps. Thank you.
All right, no worries. You can rewatch the end of this video later on. I'm going to go ahead and get the number here. There's about 8 minutes to this test. Anybody else watch them?
3 people. I'm not sure which ones. I can check. Renee, Classy, Dad, and Trish.
Well, hello, Trish. So, Trish has been with us for a long time. She's been on the page, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. You've seen me miss Qiana a lot prior to having the progesterone machine. Then I got the progesterone machine, and the numbers were great last September. And I've read her to patent. And what happened was I didn't breed her. I bred her kind of late. She jumped. She doubled overnight. She went from a 15 to like a 30-something overnight. Put me at the tail end of the fertile range. That was the reason that we only wound up with a singleton pup. And with a singleton pup, there's not enough oxytocin in the blood. In other words, when a female, I hate the term VITCH, gets in whelp, the more puppies, the more oxytocin in the blood, the better the contractions to push out the puppies.
She says we are hoping for Qiana with her fingers.
We actually saw her sort of holding her breath and giving a little something. I immediately called the vet last time around, and they said, she's a big, strong girl, super healthy. Just let her whelp normal. So they closed. That was at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And they don't have emergency care. You'd have to go all the way down to Augusta. So I kept calling the vet, and basically they told me that just let her whelp. That she'll likely go whelp through the night. Should have no problem because she's a big girl. Don't worry about it. Well, we know how that turned out. She had a singleton pup. There was not enough oxytocin in the blood to create enough strong enough contractions to whelp that puppy successfully. So she lost that puppy, and, you know, we had to give her something to deliver the puppy. And I put her on clavicillin and a couple of other big antibiotics. But listen, I came in to check her with the endoscope. I thought she was just going to be late. I came in to check her with the endoscope. I wanted to sort of have a little peek with the endoscope. It's my first time using that. And so, I mean, I've watched a million videos on it, but I said, let me just see if, you know, the walls look good, if the, you know, everything looks good. I wanted to make sure the walls look pink like the inside of your mouth. I wanted to make sure any fluid was clear with no cloudiness or color or a tinge to it. And I also wanted to make sure there was no what we call pooling, meaning any type of infection could pool at the bottom of her cervix before you even get to the uterus. So this is it. I'm doing the best I can to get pups on the ground for you guys. And those syringes are too small. Those are tiny. And so I don't use them. But 4 minutes left. What are we going to talk about? Nobody's more surprised than me that we are here. I'm a little surprised. So, but that's all right. We're good. I will collect, gauge, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see me do all that and the semen analysis, but if there's any geeks out there that want to see it, I don't have a problem showing it. You can look at semen on the screen with me. That semen analysis microscope actually has a, 7-inch screen on it. And you can see semen. But it only takes me 1 second really looking at it, measuring, checking all the things I check for. And listen, I don't care if you do own the dogs. I never AI a female if I didn't look at the semen. You should never do that. Also, what the collection shows me on that screen is protein levels and just all good stuff that I can learn from looking at semen. I did collect Gage about 2 weeks ago. I mean, he's going to be 7 in September. I did collect him 2 weeks ago. I wanted to make sure that, he still had good numbers and, again, viability, motility, and morphology. So I collected patent, checked him. My boys have excellent semen. That's all. I am going to go ahead and run a sample. So that's all right. We're going to go ahead 2 more minutes. And the machine counts for me, so I will show you right here on the graph exactly where we're at. And, it's a good thing everybody got on this litter when they did, because I have people that actually bought pups from like 3 litters ago calling me now saying I'd like a pup out of Qiana and Gage. And I have 4 contracts on this litter. So it's a good thing, like Trish, you waited a long time. I know you've been on the page 5 or 6 years. It's a good thing you jumped in and went to contract when you did. Because ordinarily, if I don't have contracts on a litter, and one of my previous clients that has trusted me and I've trusted them and we've become friends, ordinarily, if they would call and say, I got to have a male fawn out of that litter or a female Brindle, whatever, I usually give them first preference. Like I will do to you next time when, next time I breed, if you say to me, I'm thinking about a pup out of Faith and Bruno. If there's no contracts in place, you get first preference. So that's how it works, guys. I take care of my family, my fur family first. And
she
1
says,
minute.
She says, it will be worth the wait. We love your dogs.
Oh, thank you, Trish. 2 or 3 people just joined the page. There used to be 2,500 people on the page. 1 minute. We're going to get that slip. You know how bad I want to take that one photo out of here so that I can put it up on my lab table? But I don't dare. I'm so afraid of something falling and cracking the screen here. That's why I keep it under this deep freeze, heavy duty, whatever it's called. Or I think I got that in Walmart. When I set this thing back, it protects that screen. And there's pretty well nothing here that would crack the screen. So, we're good, 39. And it's on standard test. This has her age, her weight, all her stats in it. We're good with that. We're good with the buffer. What do you think about what I did with Chris's entertainment center? I just needed it for a place to have my stuff. I said, I'm sorry, I have to commandeer this. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in for another quick test just to make sure the first number is correct. We're going to run that real quick test. Okay, she's 4.23. You believe it? And here she's 4.24. See? All right. So now I'm going to take this progesterone test out. I am going to reset the slot. I am going to shut this machine down. Put it back under here where it's safe. I'm going to put my little cloth here. Let's go have a look. She is 4.24 at the high, So here, we're just almost 5 NGs. So she's going to have an LH surge. I'll go ahead and test her probably tomorrow night. I think the next one I'll probably do on YouTube, if y'all don't mind, so that we can start to build up that page. I just wanted to take you guys. That's why I did the Facebook. That's why I did this on Facebook. Because I know some of you guys don't really like to be on YouTube and all that. It's safe. Don't worry. But that's where I'm going to do a lot of lives with the puppies. It's getting views, from all over the world. And nobody can see that you're there. I have no idea who actually is subscribed and not. So, I have no idea. So, we'll go ahead and put this up. And now I know she started. So, I would suspect tomorrow she might be a 6 or possibly a 7. She may double overnight. She may go back to 2. Tomorrow night I'm going to test her. I got to get this room cleaned up. And I made cornbread. So I'm going to go ahead and have a piece of cornbread and some coffee. And I will